welcome.
Vi tar igjen. Hey guys.
Welcome to Tabletop Battle. This is Martin.
And that's Svein.
Yes, sir. And you have seen the teasers.
Yeah.
You have been excited.
Yeah.
But not as excited as we are.
We are so excited to be back and playing. We've just been waiting for this.
We finally found the time, and we have managed to put a good amount of planning into this.
Yep.
To make it be the best we can be, which is not very good, but you know. And you will see lots of more battle reports coming in the months to come. Every week, actually.
Every week.
Woo!
Some sort of video every week.
Yes. But again, you have seen the teasers. We're going to do a send-off for 2nd edition Bolt Action, and we're going to include a number of our patrons in a very cool way. I should say former, present, and future patrons.
Yeah,
because
we're hoping some of you guys come back.
Yeah. And we picked, from a huge list, we just picked random people, to fill up our squads and stuff.
Yeah, and we'll show you when we introduce the armies just how you guys are included.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
Oh yeah.
Because it's brand new. We've never done this before.
No.
Oh. So we've been brainwashing.
Brainstorming. But what are we playing?
Yes.
We're playing 41-42-ish Tunisia.
Yes, because the British against the Italians, and the British has lent a Sherman.
Yeah.
And it easily catches fire.
It also has some thin sides.
Which is
so
perfect.
You can just wreak havoc.
I will. So somewhere in North Africa, Italians versus the British, 2nd edition send-off. And the cool thing is that the next battle report which will come will be a 3rd edition one. So you can also see the changes and all that.
The same lists-ish. The same type of scenario-ish. But with 3rd edition rules as the next video.
Yeah. Anything else we need to say before we move on to showing the table?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
We are capturing some objectives. There will be 4 objectives in play. 2 of them will be secretly assigned to each player.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know yours and you don't know mine.
That's correct. And we could have the same.
We could have the same. That means there will be lots of...
Hopefully. And we will also be doing kill points. So if you destroy a unit, you score 1 victory point.
Mm-hmm.
If you capture a secondary objective, you can score 1 victory point. And if you take a main objective, which you have 2 of, you get 2 victory points for each one of those.
Cool. But what if one of my squads kill a couple of guys?
What do you mean kill a couple of guys?
In a squad.
Well, then that squad gets some kill points.
Kill points, not victory points, but kill points.
Yeah.
So that's kind
So the patrons in that squad will be ranking up some points for later.
And now this is the 2nd edition send-off, but from the 3rd edition battle reports, we will be doing narrative battle reports, and usually they will be 3 games in a series.
Yeah.
Where from each game the patrons will gather points.
Yeah.
And you can see who is top dog and who has the most unluck and all those things.
Unluck.
It will be very, very cool. We have really put our hearts and minds into this.
Yep.
Okay, so objectives, that's cool. We have the battle map set up.
We're going to show you guys the battlefield next, and then we'll do the
things.
Because
we have done something. Okay, so battlefield time.
Yes, sir.
So the mat is from gamemat.eu.
Yep.
We got some buildings and terrain stuff. I remember these buildings is something I bought on eBay from some guy. I think it was tinned fruit.
Some
guy, very nice stuff, and lots of stuff. So it's a 4x6 table. We got some rock formations or sand dunes or whatever. They count as hard cover. You have no cover on top of these babies. The basis of it's not a forest. It's
like some. It's
I'm looking for a word. Palm trees.
There are palm trees.
So you need to be behind it or on the base to gain light cover, and you can also shoot through it. It doesn't obscure or block.
Yeah.
The buildings is, hard cover if you're inside. On top, we have only granted light cover to avoid house camping.
That's right.
And I think that actually covers every building and thing. So now let's take a look at the objectives and deployment and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do in our fantastic system, which you can see here, which is actually a helpful tool to help guys or girls to create fun and fair, balanced games that are different every time.
Yes, sir.
And creates it's an incentive to have action. So anyway, we'll go through the steps, but the first thing we'll do is to
we have placed them in the order
Yes.
we are doing stuff. So we'll start at the top.
the objective. So these guys, the first one, there will be a number of these, but the first one we pick, and the only one we pick, is going to be this one.
All right. So this card tells us where the objectives are. So one is going to be placed at 24 by 24 inches. One will be placed at 30 by 12 inches, and the same diagonally on the other side. So I'm just going to place these objectives out and show you guys how it looks on the battlefield.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I'm just shuffling these.
You're shuffling some mission cards, objective cards?
It's the four main objectives
Yeah.
for each of us, and the main thing is that it shouldn't be the same, or it could be the same, but you should know what your opponent has.
That's correct. So what I have done is I have placed out objective 1, 2, 3, and 4 as designated on this card.
Yes.
So we have how big are they? 28 millimeters? 25 millimeters. So
Yeah.
they're base size.
Base size. So
Just
you can
tokens for
Yeah.
what areas are the objective.
and it's within 3 inches.
Yeah, so you can be within 3 inches of the objective. Can anyone capture the objectives?
Oh, that's also a very cool thing, because we didn't want to have like a system where you could just roll up a tank and place a tank there. And
Yeah, just park it on the objective.
parking on. So you need to have at least 3 infantry. It can be crew from a gun.
Nice.
It can be a observer. And your HQ team of 2 men. That's 3 guys together.
It doesn't have to be the same unit.
No, 3 infantry models, or an open-topped vehicle, which has the keyword open-topped, of armor value 7.
Or higher or
more.
less.
7 or more.
7 or more.
So you can have as
Can
long.
you do a tank with a pintle-mounted MMG and you make it open top?
Like my M1441?
Yeah.
No, because it is a fully enclosed tank. You can open a hatch and go open top.
Okay.
But that's not the point. The point is that for you to be able to control an objective, and we're trying to, simulate real life here. So to be able to hold an objective, you actually need to have an open top vehicle where you can, control everything. You can easily get in and out. Maybe it's, you can model these objectives like maybe it's a radio station, maybe it's supplies you pick up.
Yeah.
So it should be something that you have to have an open top, or you have to be infantry or crew, like
On the ground.
on the ground,
Bodies on the ground.
controlling the
Yeah.
objective.
Nice.
So that's how it
that's
works.
our vision.
That's our vision.
Yeah.
And it has been thoroughly play tested,
Oh yes.
because we made this a while back, and it's been play tested actually in the tournament as well. So it's very cool, and it works the way we made it.
All right. So I'm just going to use some dice as my models. When I capture an objective, I place a token to indicate that I have captured this zone. And then I can move onwards, and this area will still be under my control until Slime comes and liberates it. For the Axis, of course. So, yeah, we don't have to stand on the objectives. We're going to grab them and we're going to go fight. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw 2 of these main objective cards.
Each.
He did some shuffling.
Yes.
In each of these piles there are numbered 1 through 4. So He's going to have those as his main objectives, and I'm going to have these.
And if we're really lucky or unlucky, they are exactly the same.
Yeah, then it's a bloodbath.
They correspond to the numbers you see on the battlefield here.
Yeah. And after we have taken a look at these, we're going to start deploying.
Yeah, and we have to roll for sides.
Yeah. We're gonna cut and clean up a bit, and we'll be right back with choosing sides and deploying forces. Hey man, you are so psyched. You are up to here, man.
I'm gonna roll a die.
I'm gonna roll a die. I'm gonna roll the Black TTB Special Edition die,
Which are impossible to get now. I think they're $1,000 on eBay.
yeah, at least.
Okay, so what are we rolling for?
The winner chooses the table edge. He starts. The winner chooses his or her table edge.
Correct.
And on every card or every rule that refers to attacker defender, the guy who picks the table edge first is the attacker.
So the winner of this roll is the attacker.
That's correct.
Cool. Let's go. Let's go. I want to be a defender because I'm Italian.
Okay. Well, I won the roll, so you are the defender.
I am the defender, but does this promise well? We didn't even roll a 6 together.
Not even a single 6 on the actual on 2 dice.
I'll show you how to do it.
Show me how to do it.
Oh my god, you're cursed. Okay.
You know what? Actually, I am pretty confident about choosing my side.
So
I'm gonna choose this side that I'm standing at right now.
Okay, cool. Then I guess I'll choose this side.
Yeah, cool. So the British guys that are way over there, yeah, we're gonna move those over here and introduce the forces. The lists.
The list. Okay, so the Italians first.
Alright. You have a total of 1,050 points-ish. 10 order dice.
10 order dice.
Starting with the first lieutenant with 2 attendants.
And this is a guy with a submachine gun. It's a rifle guy and a rifle guy.
That's correct.
And
they are veteran. And the patrons which are in that squad is Joshua Himmelberger, Per Ottar, a local guy, and Chris King, my main man.
So I understand what you're doing here. So if we get casualties, we remove one of these guys.
That's correct.
And then we look underneath the base.
Yeah, you can flip over one of your vehicles, maybe, or maybe that one.
Let's take the
mortar.
mortar.
No, we didn't mark that.
No, it's not the mortar itself, but under here will stand the name of which patron got removed.
That's correct.
So we're gonna kill.
We randomized this, and you did some, I did some, and we shuffled them together. So we don't really know and or remember who is who. So if I get some exceptional damage, I can't choose to kill you, Chris. But I might do it either way.
Okay. Where were we?
Next.
Yes, so we had the first lieutenant. Yeah, and I just want to say all the models from here on to here has been painted by Simon Breckon.
Yeah.
And
since he did that, we put him in one of the squads.
We put him on the squads.
So we're going to kill him today.
We're going to kill him. But we're also, or you are also going to see a lot more of his work in the future because he's actually doing some Germans, US stuff. US.
Yes.
We're getting some US stuff. Lots of stuff.
If the IT guy manages, we're going to try to put a link to his page somewhere in the description.
Yeah, because he does commission work.
Yeah, alright, so the next squad.
Yes.
The black shirts. The
Camizie Negre.
Camizie Negre.
Okay, so again,
Negre. Yeah.
painted by Simon Breckon. We
That's
got a NCO with submachine gun. We got a light machine gun dude. We got a loader and 6 rifles.
Yeah, that's correct. And these are regulars. And I'll just run through the patrons. It's Bill Carroll, James Simmons, Timothy Stevens, Charles Hickman, Matt Rattenberry, Paul Hawthorne, Andy Shepard, Graham McCormack, and Nathaniel Robinson.
Okay, so all of these guys are represented in here.
Yes,
so
sir.
all of them have their names under the plate.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's so cool. Okay, next up.
Next up. All right. It's the AS-42 infantry.
These guys.
Those guys.
So we got a submachine gun guy, we got 2 light machine guns,
That's
2
correct.
loaders, and
A bunch of rifles.
yeah, the rest of them are rifles, 6 of them.
11 men in total. And
11 dudes.
they are veteran. This is almost 200 points in one squad.
Wow.
And they are Mike Skeen, Bryn Williams, Robert Gaida, Ian Day, Stormcaller, Ron Van Cleef, Jed Alexander, Christopher Diana, Ian Sherrington, Cristiano Bocchetti, and Michael Brown is represented.
So for all future patrons, we hope that you will use your regular name.
Yeah.
So it's more easy because Stormcaller.
We don't know who
I
Stormcaller
remember
is.
we had a Stormcaller, but I can't remember who that was.
Yes.
But you know, that's how it is. You know who you are.
You know who you are.
And then
Then we have a medic.
we have a medic. And who other?
Veteran medic with 1 additional dude.
And who other?
One of them is Gerard Lanningen.
Yeah, he's a history buff.
Yeah, the other guy, we don't know which is which, but the other guy is Mr. Jacint Oros.
Because Jacint wanted to be a medic, and
Yeah.
you might know Jacint, he actually has his own tier on the Patreon,
Yep,
because he was our most contributing guy.
that's correct.
So we honor him by giving him his special need.
He gets to be picky. And the next squad is the Bersaglieri.
What did you call them?
The Bersaglieri. I don't know. How do you say it, son?
Bersaglieri.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly. So we got a NCO, and he has a rifle. Is that true, or should
The
we?
NCO has a submachine gun.
Okay, so never mind the rifle. It's a submachine gun.
Yeah.
Then we got 2 light machine gun guys. We got 2 loaders and 6 rifles. So this is also a punchy group. Do they have any special rules?
They have some special rules, of
But
course.
I remember we forgot the Camizi Negre. They have this special rule that they are non-testati.
That's correct. So they are mega green. So they either become fanatics or shirkers. Isn't that the
That's correct.
So
First time they are taking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Bersaglieri. I think they're stubborn or something in that
I
fashion.
think it says on the list.
It does not.
It does not. Okay.
So we're going to check that.
Yeah.
Either way, they're at full strength, so they can reroll if they're from reserve. But in that squad, you have Thomas Greenwood, George Seriapo, you have James Kelly, you have Andy McRandy, I don't know, Mr. Andy, maybe. You have Frederick, you have Chris Sharp, you have Paul Cooper, Robert Weeb, Ashley Turner, Pimbo, and Ole Wilhelm from
Norway.
the Fellowship.
Yeah. Pimbo. Did you know that he was actually a underwear model?
Yes, I do. He visited us here at the local tournament, actually.
Yeah. We had quite a few of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is...
Next up, you have Simon Breckon, Andy Bryant, and Martin Fraser, and Larry Sweeney as a medium mortar team
Medium mortar team.
with a spotter.
Okay, cool. Spotter in the front.
Next up is the Solo Thurn 20mm anti-tank rifle manned by Kent Hennessy and Mark Burton.
Mark Burton. Okay, I hope you guys roll a lot of 6s.
And then you have the Elefantino, and I can at least read that Rooney is part of the squad, and Nick is part of the squad, and I can't really read your handwriting, so I can make this out. It's third from the bottom.
It's Jan Wendenburg.
Jan Wendenburg.
Yeah, and Nick Seffert is also in there.
Yeah.
So these 3 stout gentlemen. And then,
Then
4.
we have the Autoblinda 41.
The pride of the list.
The car. That is manned by Andreas Weile.
He's Danish.
Yeah, he's Danish. I don't know. Paolo Giglio.
From Italy.
Frank Safran.
German.
Bob Greenhart.
US. Sir Greenhart.
Sir Greenhart, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
So we actually had to do some research to find out how many crew is in each vehicle.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to be as accurate as possible.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least,
We get the cheese
have
wagon.
Your M1441 medium tank with a lot of machine guns.
It's a cheese wagon. Yeah, did you say it's pintle mount, but it's also pintle mount on the AB41?
Yeah, both of them have a pintle-mounted medium machine gun, and they have a lot of machine guns. We're gonna go into detail as soon as they start firing.
Okay, so who's crewing that one?
That's Jan Tune.
So he's Norwegian.
He's Norwegian. It's Dolph Nordenus.
He's
I think
from the Netherlands.
That sounds correct. Michael Flynn and Brian Bunker.
They are both. I think Michael Flynn was US, but Brian Bunker is definitely British. British.
He should be on my team.
They
Speaking of my team,
Yes.
let's
Switcheroo.
Switcheroo. All right.
All right. So these are the British Desert Rates.
Yes, sir. They are also approximately 1,050 points and 10 order dice.
Yes, same as me.
Same as you. It's a balanced battle. So we're going to start off with a regular first lieutenant with 2 additional dudes, so that they are a 3-man team and can capture objectives.
But they are a 3-man cheese team because I can see 3 submachine guns.
That's correct. And they are Scott Keir, Nicholas Matevi, and Chad Fogel.
Chad Fogel, representing his family, the Fogel family.
That's correct. Followed by an SAS infantry squad of 8 men with a submachine gun on the NCO, 2 Vickers K light machine guns firing as medium machine guns.
Yeah, represented by the normal brand.
Yeah. And they are also nearly 200 points a squad. The first one is, let me see, Edward Moses III, Rick Alvis, Sean Brightbill, Neil Thorpe, my man, Dan Ewing, Jacob Elba, Kenji Madia, and Andreas Ringqvist.
Oh my god, that's a lot of names. I do remember.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it now. So the other squad is former Norwegian champion Tim Olsen. My boy. Tobias Nilsson, Tom Halliday, Christoph Salvador, Zane Pearson, John Erdman, Matthew Pick, and Lee Gardier.
And they have
Garnier.
exactly the same loadout as the other.
Yes, sir. The third SAS squad is only 5 guys. And they all have submachine guns, of course, and anti-tank grenades, and all the juice.
And I guess they might deploy inside the Brent carrier.
Well, there are 5 of them. And a Brent carrier can only carry 5.
So there's something fishy.
So your math adds up.
It could be. Let's find out later.
At least. Anyways, they are Andreas Fossheim, Orlund Jansson, Tim Sant, and Tristan the Saint, and a guy called Captain 4502. We have no idea who you are.
Well,
but
I remember Captain.
you are most welcome back, my man.
4502, but I can't get the name. But I remember we had him. Yeah. And then is there an observer maybe?
Yes, sir. Jamie Craig and former co-owner in TTB Lars Evensen.
Okay.
As my free observer plus an additional dude.
Let's hope they roll crap.
Well, hopefully my light mortar dudes will do better than the observer. It's Ste Ross and Joachim Angel, and it's a regular light mortar team. And I also have a light artillery cannon.
Yeah, and never mind the make, because I guess these British stole this from the Italians.
Found one of those near an ammo dump just across the sand dunes over here. So Steve Luben, Arvar Jensson, Patrick Vika, and Per Fey dragged that all the way over here to shoot at you guys.
But it's a light artillery.
It's a light artillery cannon with a spotter.
With a spotter.
A regular squad.
But we don't know who is who in the crew.
No, because we sort of jumble them together and just Yeah. The Bren carriers. The first one is the one with the flag, and it has Alain Jost and Jens Johansson.
Okay, so these two guys in the front.
Yeah,
Never mind the guy slacking in the rear.
that's correct. He's just a passenger.
The second one.
Is piloted by Peter Boone or Paul Walker.
Peter Boone, Paul Walker. And then Sherman.
Then we have the Sherman with Richard Perry, Johan Carlson, Gerald Habers, Derek Miles, and Jay Schuler.
So 5 guys manning the Sherman 1, which easily catches fire and has thin sides. And
It has all the bad stuff.
yeah, but my M1441 is riveted, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start at an armor value of 9. You start at an armor value of 8 on your the Panzer, but you have even your anti-tank rifle can damage the Sherman.
On the
So yeah, it's anyone's game. And since the Sherman is an armor value of 9,
yeah.
it counts as 9 kill points for the fluff later on.
Correct. So if I kill a squad of 10 guys, that's 1 victory point, but it's also 10 kill points.
Kill points.
It's too bad we don't have any squads of 10.
That's true. We have 11 and stuff. Yeah. We'll start showing you guys how we're gonna deploy.
Yeah, because now we come to a new concept.
Are we doing it in one take? Okay.
No, we can. We don't have to.
Yeah,
we can
do it. Because the next thing we have to figure out is how we deploy our army.
Yes, and this is so cool.
So
And again, like we said, it's balanced and it's different for every game.
It's the same for both players.
Yeah.
And it mixes up each scenario you choose to create. So if you build a list that's, oh, this is really good if I can have like 5 units to outflank and stuff. Well, let's see what the cards dictate.
Let's see what the cards say. So you can't cheese your way into a win.
Reserves.
Reserves?
We may be forced to have some reserves.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, indeed. We must have 2. We can have up to 4.
Okay, so reserves.
Units in reserve.
Enter from turn 2.
That's correct.
With
Enter
8
from
morale.
turn 2 onwards, -1 to morale. We also have all the rules on the card, so it's easy to follow.
Very cool. Okay, so forward deployment, what's that?
Forward deployment is how many of your main force units that can use their forward deployment rules.
Okay, so if I have a main force of, let's say, 5,
Yep.
I can use...
If you are allowed, say, 1 forward deployment, and you have 5 units in your main force, you can then use one of those 5, say your sniper, for instance, and deploy him using the forward deployment
and
rules.
then there will be 4 units left.
Yeah,
of the main force.
that's correct.
Okay, cool. Let's see how many forward deployments
How
we have.
many can we use? 0 to 3.
Okay, 0 to 3. That's
So I have my observer and I have the spotter for my light howitzer.
easy. And I have only...
You have your mortar dude, I think.
Yeah, that's my mortar spotter.
So we're good.
We're good. We're within the rules.
Yeah.
Because, let's say it said 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Then
Then I had to choose
Which
whether
one?
to use my spotter deploying forward or
if
the
you have to
artillery
come
observer.
in together with the main force.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so main force, how does that work?
Units deployed on the table
Before the game.
before the game starts. We are allowed to deploy 0 to 4 units
Okay, cool.
on the table.
So,
And any remaining units that are not in your main force or your reserves, they are your first wave. So they are rolling onto the table
so
in round 1.
like normal, you draw dice, they will roll onto the
Yeah,
table.
I think, the defender picks out their
Reserves?
reserves. Wow, reinforcements. Their reserves first.
Yes.
So we're just gonna pick out what units we're gonna place and stuff, and we'll be back with the action.
Right, guys.
Hey guys.
I'm gonna roll to see how many barricades,
Yes, sir.
and it's gonna be D3, and it's 2,
2 barricades.
which is perfectly fine. I think.
Approximately 6 inches heavy cover barricades.
So here, or here, or here somewhere.
Yeah, but you only have 2.
I'll have to. That's true.
Yeah.
I actually think this one was supposed to be a bit
Yeah,
further back
you moved it to play some squats.
to place
Yeah.
the thing.
You know what? I'm gonna leave you alone, and you can show the guys at home what you're gonna have in reserves and what your
Full
objectives
deployment,
are.
main objective, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Cool. Okay, so Martin has left, and it's my turn. So as you can see, I got objective 2 and 3. So number 2 is over here, and number 3 is way over there. So all of them are a ways away from me, but I think I will, because you can claim, as a defender, I claim 1, and I guess I will claim the one which is closest to me, so that, because I don't have that, so Martin might have it, or he might have one of these, I don't know. But if he has this, at least he can't just pick it from where he stands. I will control that. And then he will pick 2, and then I guess I will pick, whichever is left, or I have to pick whatever is left. So objective 2 and 3, those are mine, so it's the ones that are way over here and way over here. So for reserves, we need to have 2 to 4. I guess I will choose my 2 vehicles, because they can, enter and see where Martin has gone. Hopefully he will, either be deployed with them or he will come on board. But at least by having my guys in reserve, I will hopefully be able to come in and take out his Sherman, or maybe Brent Carrier, or whatever he has. And of the 4 that is in the main force, I will have to have 1 forward deployment, which is going to be this spotter over here, and that leaves me with 3 units that I can place on the table. And I guess I will take the anti-tank gun and the anti-tank rifle, and actually my HQ, because it can begin with providing support if Martin brings in a bombardment against my artillery emplacements. And I will place my barricades. I will put 1 here, because then I can control both the objectives, which are here, and I will put 1 over here, which I can then again see both objectives this way. So there will be my anti-tank gun and anti-tank rifle, and then my armored car and tank will come in from either side here, depending on what Martin does, and then I will bring in some infantry. We need to get back here and capture number 3 and number 2. Okay, so that's it. Let's get started.
Alright guys, this is Martin speaking. So as you can see, my objectives are objective 1 and 4. And the reason I chose this side is that it's actually furthest away from the 2 objectives that I'm going to try to score. Those are my main objectives. And these are then my secondary objectives, worth 1 point, and those are worth 2 points each. So I'm trying to do the old mind games on Svein, because he's so easily fooled, and he gets so angry if I manage to trick him that it's going to be really, really fun. And to manage this, I'm going to need speed and agility. So my reserves are going to be my sluggish 8-man SAS infantry squads. They're going to enter the table on a 9 or less, since they're veteran, so they're also the safer choice. They have 2 MMGs, or Vickers K, each, so they have some long-range options. They can come in here in some cover and sort of prevent him from taking his objectives. I'm going to have my Sherman, my officers, and my light mortar. These guys are going to be in the Bren carrier as my rolling deployment, and these guys are going to be my main force. The light howitzer with a spotter, my forward observer, and a 5-man SAS group with submachine guns inside the Bren carrier. And these guys are going to rush as early as they can. Sadly, I can't run in the first turn, since Svein is the defender and he's illy, but I think I'm going to manage to sort of maneuver with a couple of advances and maybe score one objective early on. So that's my plan as of now. Hey man, so we can have 4 units as our main force.
Yeah, I did a little boo-boo.
You did boo-boo.
Yeah, because I said 3, but
Okay.
I wasn't thinking, so I shall have 4.
Yeah?
Because it should be my medium mortar. I said that my medium mortar spotter was going out there, but I didn't mention it in the main force.
Okay, yeah. So your
So-
mortar,
Mortar,
and your mortar is also using the forward deployment for the spotter.
yeah. So and the anti-tank gun and the anti-tank rifle and my HQ.
Yeah, and I'm gonna deploy my howitzer, my artillery observer, and 5 dudes inside a Bren carrier. So also 4 units.
Okay. So actually, what's on that?
This thingy, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's kind of cool that you don't know what the other guy's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're drawing to see who.
Who deploys their first unit?
Yes.
And it's me. I'm gonna deploy my howitzer all the way over in the woods over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna place the spotter to the side.
Because that will be the last thing we do. We need to
Because
roll off.
the spotter, yeah, he is a part of the forward deployment stuff. So it's going to be in the woods over here so that it has a bit of line of sight, and I'm probably just going to use it indirectly. Then it's you.
Okay.
Do you know where-ish you're going to place stuff?
Yeah. Oh, actually, we found those barricades. If you can give me barricades, because
How many did you get?
2.
2.
So
There you go. Yeah, you're supposed to put those out first.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go with 1 over here
Yeah.
and 1 over here. It should be within 12.
Yeah, perfect line of sight to some of the objectives, all of the objectives. This objective's gonna have some soft cover if
Did you listen in on me while I was talking?
No.
Because that's exactly what I said.
It's very visible here.
It's exactly.
So if you're gonna be stuck behind hard cover, you're gonna have trouble leaping over it and advancing.
Yeah, but
Grab the
as you
objective.
said, it was my turn to play something.
Yeah, it's your turn to play something.
And I think the best thing to put down here will be my anti-tank gun.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna finish up placing my howitzer so that it has some line of sight down here and mostly down the middle.
Yeah, because now I can actually shoot at your.
Yeah, and I can shoot at your.
You can?
Yeah.
I didn't consider that.
Do you want to place him a little to its left so that I cannot see you?
It's hard cover. I think it'll be maybe it's a 5 because it's within short range. But indirect is 6. I don't know if you want to range in or what, but I think you'll be able to see it anyway. So something like this is fine. Then I can cover both those areas.
Yeah.
Next die.
Yes, sir. It's you again.
It's me again. Okay, then I think it's time to take my solo turn.
That's the anti-tank rifle.
Anti-tank.
20 millimeter.
Yes, sir. I think this one actually I want to have a little bit more forward because I can go 12. We'll just double check that.
I can check the range for you.
Within 12.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good.
That's good, and it looks natural where it is.
Yep.
So something like that, they can shoot and cover both those objectives.
Cool.
And another die.
Yes, sir. That's me, and that's my my Brent carrier, I guess.
Okay. Do you?
Because these guys are in the Brent carrier.
Yeah. They went down.
And it's you.
It's me. Okay. Then I think my mortar.
Yep.
I think my mortar will be fine having a position right here, smack in the middle.
Yep.
And I will just place the guys after.
It'll reach mostly anything.
Mostly
From
anything.
down there.
Okay.
Then it's me, and these guys are going to use their forward deployment stuff.
Yeah.
The artillery observers.
Artillery observer.
And then it's me placing the Bren carrier, and then you get to place your unit after that.
Yeah, which is my HQ.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I think I'm gonna be...
You need a pulse?
No. I think I'm gonna be behind this wall over here. So that I can...
Drive right into my gun?
Yeah.
I like it.
Put some pins on you before you can go into ambush. I can actually start so close to the objective that I can capture it in the first round. But I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good over here.
Okay.
It has turned on the spot so I can go either way.
Either way.
Yeah.
And we should also, declare which objectives to begin the game with.
Yeah, because the defender gets to pick one objective he's controlling, and then the attacker gets to pick two, and the defender gets the last one.
Yes.
So we start controlling some of the objectives, and
Which is part of the fun.
that's part of the fun. So deploy your last squad, and then we start picking objectives.
Okay, so my HQ is going to be the next one, and I think I want to have them in case you drop some sort of.
There will be bombs.
There will be bombs. So I'm thinking maybe over here.
Yeah,
Maybe over here.
that's cool.
So they will provide morale to my anti-tank gun and to my medium mortar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we do the forward deployment before the objective stuff?
Yeah, we can do that.
It won't interact with it in any way.
I am.
It's a one die each. The highest deploys first.
Yeah.
So I roll a 6, of course.
Yeah. Can I beat that?
Yeah, you can roll a 6 and then you can reroll.
It's a 4.
Close, but not quite. I will place the spotter for the... Ooh, this is hard.
Yeah, the spotter for your artillery.
Yeah, but I want to sort of block you from forward deploying in certain areas.
I'm very glad we don't have any snipers. And also, just to avoid such blocking, this roof cannot be positioned on.
Yeah, that's a domed roof. So yeah, I'm gonna place the spotter, and I think I'm actually gonna place him over at this side over here, on top of this building.
Okay.
In soft cover, right?
Soft cover,
Yep.
and I'm gonna put my guy over here.
Yeah. And then my artillery observer is going to... was it both your car and your
Tankovic?
tank in reserve?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. So the only thing I need is line of sight. I think they're going to be deployed all the way over here.
In the bush.
Yep.
Okay.
In the bush.
Cool, because then I can't hit them with my mortar.
Small team, soft cover. And then I can see all the way behind there and lob some grenades at you. Or some shells.
Shells. Okay.
Alright, I'm ready for round 1. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
do it.